Hello, my blooming birds. So once again, we are together at your own learning platform, Learn Forward, with your grammar book, the Grammar Hub for Grade 6 by Feather Cap. Today, we are going to start chapter 17 of your book, in which we'll be discussing about the adverbs. How adverbs are formed, what are the different kinds of adverbs, what is the position of an adverb in a sentence, and much more. So, are you excited? Let's get started. I taught you that verbs are not only actions, and your definition was enlarged and it expanded, right? Similarly, today we are going to expand your definition of adverbs. They do not only add to the verbs, children. First, let's get reconnected to your past learning. So we have an exercise here. Underline the adverbs in the following sentences. Let's quickly do it. The dog followed its master. Yes, everywhere. My watch is nowhere to be found. Good, nowhere. The fire burnt down the house. What is the adverb here? It is down, children. It's telling you about burnt. I went to the mall excitedly. Perfect. Yes, this is excitedly. The man pulled the heavy load slowly. Yes, you're right there. It is slowly. So that shows you remember the basic definition of adverbs. Now taking the journey ahead. What else in adverbs? Students, adverbs are not only the words that add to verbs. They do not only modify the verbs, but they modify adjectives also apart from verbs, and they also modify some other adverbs. How? Let's read some examples. The peacock dances gracefully. So here the highlighted word gracefully is telling you about the action dances. This is verb and this is adverb. So this adverb is modifying, it is telling you something more about the action, more about the verb. What next? My mother was quite happy when I received the reward. So here the highlighted word quiet is also an adverb. But which verb is it modifying? Is it telling you about any action? No, it is telling you about happy, which is the adjective. So adverbs are also the words that add to the meaning of adjective. So it is telling you happy. Happy to what extent? Like you say, I am happy this much, or this much. So it is telling you to what extent is my mother happy. Mr. Kothari works very hard. Here, works hard, if we stop here, hard is an adverb which is telling you about the verb words. So this is an adverb in itself, and very is again telling you the intensity of hard. That means how much hard? Again, this hard, or this hard. So here it was modifying an adjective. And in the third sentence, it is modifying some other adverb. So what are adverbs? We get to know from here. Adverbs are the words which tell you something more about a verb. It tells you about an adjective, and it also tells you about some other adverb. I hope the new definition of adverbs is clear and it's interesting for you to enhance your knowledge. Good. So let's move ahead on the journey, and we'll be learning about different kinds of adverbs, out of which most of them you already know, you have learned in your past sessions, in your previous grades. So let's quickly write them. Can I get answers from you? Very good. Adverb of manner is the first one. Then you have the good manner, place. Then next is adverb of time. Next is, that's it. These three we have been learning from grade 3. Yes, you are right there. Adverb of frequency. Any other addition? Do you remember any more? There is adverb of degree. Very good, children. The next one is, that's it. I said you will be learning some more also. So we have interrogative adverbs also. Like we have interrogative pronouns, we have interrogative adjectives, we have interrogative adverbs also. And then last but not the least is relative adverbs also. Yes, you are right. We have relative pronouns also. We have relative adverbs also. These two, if new, are introduced. Let us recall what is there in the uh, other five which you have already done. Manner. To what question does it give an answer? How an action is done. Where an action is done. So how shows you manner, right? Place. Where? When somebody asks you, where do you live? So you tell the place. So you get an answer to the question where an action happens. Time tells you, if you have to tell the time of going to school, what the question comes from the other side? When? Yes, the same question comes here also. When an action happens. Frequency means how often, how repeatedly something happens. So the question arises how often or how repeatedly. You can also say how many times. Right? Next, like if I say I brush my teeth twice a day. So how many times do you brush your teeth? It is twice. So it is telling you about brushing. Next, degree. Degree tells you, as I asked you, how much? This much, or this much. So that tells you to what extent an action is done. You can also say how much an action is done. Like you say, ma'am, my work is almost done. Almost means it is not complete, but it is about to get over. So that shows how much is your work done? How much is it finished? Almost finished. Now, interrogative adverbs are again the question words. As the name says, what question words? We'll be learning about them in detail. And relative. I told you about relative pronouns, they make relation. So relative adverbs also, they make relation. How? We'll be learning ahead in the journey. So, shall the train move ahead from the platform? Okay. So, here's your first adverb which you have already learned in previous grades. Adverbs of manner. They give an answer to question how an action happens. Let's read examples. He entered the room quietly. So, my question is, how did he enter the room? Your answer is quietly. So, for how you are getting the answer quietly, that is the adverb of manner. This is how we pick out the adverb of manner. Next, the captain fought bravely. How did the captain fight? Bravely. Again, an answer to your question. How? That means in what manner the action is done. Next, Meera cannot speak clearly. How can't Meera speak clearly? Again, right? The patient slept soundly. How did the patient sleep? Soundly. So again, you get an answer to how. So this is your focus for picking out the adverb of manner. Coming to next is adverb of place. As I told you, your question should be place. The question is, yes, it is where. Where do you live? So you tell the place. Next, the examples are, my father is sitting. Where is my father sitting? Outside. Where did the army march? Forward. So this is also the adverb of place. The guest room is, where is the guest room? Upstairs. The birds flew away. Where did the birds fly? Away. So that is giving you the adverb of place, right? Coming to next is adverb of time. Yes, you are right. The question word is when an action happens. So if we have Rohan met me yesterday, when did he meet you? Yesterday. When do I get up? Early. When did the salesman come? Late. The program is going to begin soon. When is the program going to begin? Soon. My mother goes to the temple daily. Here, daily is not the adverb of time. Daily shows how frequently, how repeatedly mother goes to temple. So daily is not the adverb of time, children. Okay, this is adverb of frequency we'll be learning here. Adverbs of frequency or number, they show how often or how frequently an action happens. Like, I called at your office twice. So how many times? How many times was it repeated? Twice. Pramila often visits my place. So how frequently does she visit? It is often. That means very soon, at shorter gaps. Mr. Chadha rarely comes to the club. How often does he come? Rarely. That means hardly he comes. That means very less times. It's just the opposite of often. Rajni frequently goes to visit her teacher. So how frequently, the word itself is telling. So she goes frequently. That also means the same as often. Kamesh always stands first in the class. So here the highlighted word is wrong. It is not the adverb, it is always. So how frequently does he stand first in the class? He stands first always. So always is your adverb of frequency, not first, children. Please, this is an error here. Moving to the next. What do you mean by adverbs of degree or quantity? So adverb of quantity or degree means to what extent. Just like I said, my work is almost complete. So how much is it done? So for quantity also we ask the question how much. That's why we are referring here to adverbs of quantity. Basically we say it is an adverb of degree. So Mr. Kapoor treats his servants very badly. So to what extent? Badly. But how much badly? It is very badly. Ajay is careless. How much careless? Too careless. His father was red with anger. That means very angry. So how much red? It is extremely red. The headmistress was angry. And how much angry? To what extent was she angry? She was almost angry. That means she did not erupt, but then she was almost angry. It was almost at the height for her. The cup is full. How much full? It's nearly full. So it's not up to the brim, but then it is nearly full. So all these encircled words are qualifying your adjectives or adverbs. So these are the adverbs of degree. They are telling you to what extent an action is done, right? Now coming to next is interrogative adverbs. Here, because we have done interrogative pronouns, we have done interrogative adjectives, so there should not be any confusion, children. It does not it's not the question word that you see and you just say whether it is adverb or pronoun or an adjective. It is the role it plays in the sentence. So if the question word is referring to some action, it will definitely be an interrogative adverb. Like, when will they come? So here we are asking you about the time of their arrival. So come is a verb. Here when is asking about come. So it is an adverb, right? Interrogative adverb. How do you catch the ball? So now here we are asking the manner of catching the bus. Sorry, not ball. So this is the action. This is the question related to it. It is interrogative adverb. So this is how you will find out what the interrogative word, the question word is modifying. If it is replacing a noun, it will be an interrogative pronoun. If it is qualifying a noun or a pronoun, it will be an adjective, interrogative adjective. But yes, if it modifies an action, it will definitely be an interrogative adverb. Got it? Easy to understand? I hope I am clear on each point. So, can we move ahead? Let's read more examples. Where is your house? So, we are talking about the location, about being. So, this is again your interrogative adverb. How is your mother now? Again, we are asking about the well-being, be. So, here again, how is the adverb, interrogative adverb. How far is Meerut from Delhi? So, again, we are asking the distance, right? So, how is modifying far here? Far shows the adjective. Far is adjective, near and far. It is modifying an adjective. So, this is again an interrogative adverb. So I'm clear on the point. Which interrogative word will be an interrogative adverb, right? So just focus on what the word is modifying, the question word is modifying. Going ahead, we have relative adverbs. So what are relative adverbs? They modify a word and refer back to an antecedent which is known as relative adverb. For such words, the words, they are also like interrogative pronouns, the same words. We have the interrogative question words rather here, like when, where, why, but they are not in the beginning, they are not asking questions, they are relating the action to some other part of the sentence. Like, this is the place where we used to play. So it is telling you about the action where it happened. It is just relating. So this is your relative adverb. Please tell me the reason why you are laughing. So it is asking about the reason. Why is referring to laughing. Why laughing? So again here it is relative adverb. It is relating this part of the sentence. It's helping in joining the two sentences. Rather we can say that way, by making a relation between them. Will guide you as to how you may pass the examination. Again you are telling here the manner to pass the examination. This is the relative adverb. I know the time when the prayers start. Again we are referring to the starting of the prayer action. So this is your relative adverb. It's clear? Okay, then let's do an exercise here. Pick out the adverbs in the following sentences by underlining them, and then tell what kind of adverb is each by writing in the space provided. Some sentences may have more than one adverb also, so you can just make sure. Indian soldiers fought bravely. Very easy. Yes, bravely you are correct. Manner is also correct. Let me write only M. He never comes late. So what is the adverb here? Okay, late. Good. Which adverb is it? Late shows you when. That means time. Is there any other adverb you can see here? Never. Children, never is also an adverb because it is telling you about frequency. So this is adverb of frequency. So the first underlined word kind I have written first, and for the second underlined adverb I have written the kind later. The students worked hard. Yes, good. That is hard. It shows manner. You have always helped me. Good. That is always. That shows good. That is frequency. My grandmother slept soundly. Oh, you are giving perfect answers. I'm sure the rest also you can do. So soundly is the adverb of manner. You have understood this well. Very nice. So do the rest 3 sentences yourselves. It's for you to practice. Coming to next topic is recognizing adverbs. There are a few words I have been telling you in earlier topics also. It is not about putting a word in English under one category. It's a noun, it's a pronoun, it is a verb or anything. It is about how a word is used in a sentence. That will decide which part of speech it is, right? So recognizing adverb means sometimes a word may behave as an adverb, sometimes it may be as an adjective. So you have to just identify whether the word used in the sentence is behaving like an adverb or an adjective. So we need to see some differences here. Like if we say Nancy is tall. So tall, it is telling you about Nancy. So this is an adjective because Nancy is a noun. An adverb answers a question about a verb in a sentence, right? So if I say Nancy lives here, lives is the verb and there is the adverb because it is telling you about where she lives. Where does she live? Lives is a verb, therefore there is an adverb here, right? Now if we look at some sentences, my grandmother told us a long story. So here what is long doing? It is telling you about story, which is a noun. So when it is telling about noun, what is it? Yes, it is an adjective. But if I say she waited long for us, here the same word long is modifying weighted, which is a what part of speech is it? Yes, it is a verb. So this is, here the word long is an adverb. So can you see the same word in two sentences? In one it is behaving like an adjective, in the other it is behaving like an adverb. So you have to check what is that word modifying. Accordingly, we'll decide whether it's an adjective or an adverb. I am an early riser. So early is telling you about riser. Riser is a noun. That's why early is an adjective. But if I say we reached there early, now here early is telling you about your reaching, which is a verb. That means it is an adverb. I hope you have understood what's the difference between adjective and adverb. And you are clear on the point now that we cannot categorize words into adjectives or adverbs. It depends on how they are used, right? So, can we move ahead now? Here's an exercise for you. Read the following sentences and identify whether the underlined words are adjectives or adverbs. So, you'll just go carefully. Think, what is it modifying? You can open the lid quite easily. So, quite is telling you about easily. That is why it is an adverb. And easily is telling you about open. How can you open? So, this is also an adverb. We tried painstakingly while others go to the winning point somewhat effortlessly. So, how did we try? We tried painstakingly. So, you can just put the different questions I have told you for identifying the different kinds of adverbs. If you are getting any of those answers, you get the kind of adverb. Otherwise, C, is the word qualifying a noun? If yes, then it is an adjective. Go to the winning point somewhat effortlessly. So again here, this is telling you how do they go. So this is again an adverb. Coming to the next, when the going gets tough. What gets tough? How does the going get? It is tough. Again an adverb. Oh, we have been getting all the adverbs till now. Only the tough have the heart to go on. So what is tough here now? If you see, let me underline this also for you. Here, only the tough have the heart to go on. Here, tough is actually an adjective, but it is referring to as a noun, children, because there is no noun referred here. So the tough means the tough people who are bold enough, who are strong enough, right? So here it is used as a noun, the adjective when used as a noun. His mistakes were, how were they? They were rather striking. So again, we are describing the mistakes were. How were the mistakes? We are describing mistakes. So this is an adjective and easily noticeable. So the mistakes were easily noticeable. Noticeable is adjective and easily is adverb. Similarly here, striking is adjective and rather is adverb. Okay. Next, Ekta is good at mathematics. M is capital here. So how is Ekta? It is telling you about Ekta. That means it is an good answer. Perfect. It is adjective. I am going through an abridged rendering of a French classing. So how is the rendering? It is abridged. That means it is an adjective, right? So this is how you will distinguish between the adjectives and the adverb. We still have more to learn in adverbs. We'll be learning about formation of adverbs. We'll be learning about degrees of adverbs ahead. And here we take a break. We'll be continuing in the next session. Till then, children, happy learning.